Weighted average cost of capital. The next title we have this is the last topic of Unit 2 and it hardly take a 20, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. If your concept about the cost of capital is clear, then it will hardly take 15 minutes to understand. So are you ready? Those are here in online mode. The screen is visible to you. Okay, very good. So in the last class, in the last minutes of the last yesterday's session, we have understand that if I have purchased a five or four different markers, okay, a red marker, green marker, black marker, and purple marker, and the price of the markers are different. For one, we have 20. For second, we have 30. Again, 20, 30, 20, 30. Okay, like this. So in that case, how we can calculate average cost of the market? So we have divided the total amount, total cost by number of markers. So whenever we want to calculate the average of any particular calculation, just we need to do the sum total of all the amount and divided by number of amounts. Okay. Now moving ahead, weighted average cost of capital is the expected average future cost of funds over a long run found by the weighting the cost of each specific type of capital by its proportionate or proportion in the firm capital structure. Let me understand this one. Let me explain this one with the help of an example. Suppose one company is there, that company called ABC Limited. Okay, one company is there, ABC Limited, and this company have equity shares and preference shares and debentures. Company have equity shares for rupees 5 lakh and preference shares for rupees 3 lakh and debentures for rupees 2 lakh. Are you getting my point? एक कंपनी है जिसका नाम है एबीसी लिमिटेड एंड दैट कंपनी हैव थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ capital or a fund. Equity capital 5 lakh, preference capital 3 lakh, and debentures 2 lakh. Are you with me up to this? Okay. On equity shares, company pay the dividend of rupees 20%. Okay. On preference shares, company pay a dividend of 15%. On debentures, company pay 10%. जो भी इक्विटी शेयर्स है उस पर कंपनी 20% डिविडेंड दे रही है, प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स पे 15% एंड डिबेंचर्स पे 10% इंटरेस्ट. नाउ कैलकुलेट द 20% ऑफ 5 lakh. It is 1 lakh. Okay. And here 3 lakh into 15%, 45,000. I'm right? And here 10% of 2 lakh, 20,000. Are we clear up to this, everyone? Are we clear? Okay. Here, what is the concept of this one? The cost, weighted average cost of capital is expected average future cost of fund. These are the funds. This is the cost. Now what we need to do? Average future cost. Average means how many equities and preference and debts are there? 1, 2, and 3. So what we need to do? We need to do the sum total of all the percentage, 20 plus 15 plus 10 upon 3. Are you getting my point? 20% return on equity, 50% return on preferences, and 10% return on debentures. So for calculating the average future cost, what we need to do? The sum total of all the percentage, 20 plus 15 plus 10 upon number of finances we have: equity, preference, and debt. Three finances are there. So 20 plus 15 plus 10 upon 3. What will be the final answer? 20 plus 15, 35, 35 plus 10, 45 upon 3. Ultimately, our final answer will be 15%. Are we clear? Are we clear about this 15%? So on an average, company need to pay 50% return to the various equity shareholders or preference shareholders or debenture holders. So here average cost is 15%. Are we clear? This average cost is also known as overall cost of capital and composite cost of capital. It also known as overall cost of capital, composite cost of capital, total cost of capital, or weighted average cost of capital. These four are the names. Some of definition is given to you. When all the cost of different forms of long-term funds weighted by the relative proportion to get the overall composition cost of capital term as weighted average cost of capital. Whatever we have done with this example, this is the written in the definition. It is a different forms of capitals: equity, preference, and debt. Okay, by their relative proportions and to get the overall composite cost. Relative proportion means 20%, 15%, 20%. Sorry, 10% upon the proportion in the capital 1, 1, 1 and 1. So upon 3. Are we clear about the concept? वापस से एक बार रिपीट कर देता हूँ जिसको नहीं समझ में आया. यहाँ पे हम जो भी रिसोर्सेज, जो भी फंड, जो भी मनी यूज कर रहे हैं उसकी एवरेज कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. Whether it is equity shares, whether it is preference shares, whether it is debentures, whether it is loan, or whether it is retained earning or internal sources. Whatever we are using in a company as a fund, as a capital, as a sources of fund, all we are merging together and we are trying to find the average cost for the company. Is it not for only a single finance like is equity, not for only preference, not for only debentures, but it is for overall cost of capital. Are we clear about this? Those are here in online mode. Everyone, are we clear? Any doubt, any query? Okay. For calculating a weighted average cost of capital, we have two different methods: simple weighted average and weighted average after considering a tax shield. Let's understand the one by one all the calculations and all the methods very quickly. These are the steps. Generally, we have three steps to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. Number one, assign the weight. Assign the weight to a specific cost or specific capital. Multiply the cost with the weight. Multiply the cost with the weight and divide the total weight by the total. Divide the total weightage cost by weightage. Now, let's understand these three steps and entire calculation with the help of this practical question. Okay, look at the practical question. Information is given about one particular company. A firm has a following capital structure, and after tax cost of a different sources of fund is used. Okay, here cost of various sources is given to you. You are required to compute weightage average cost of capital. Now look at to the table. In this table, first column represents the sources of funds: debt, preference, equity, and retained earning. We have four different types of sources. For debt, 12,000, preference 15,000, equity 18,000, and retained earning again 15,000. Proportion, here proportion means percentage of that particular in total capital. Okay, so here for debt we have 20%, for preference we have 25%, equity we have 30%, retained earning we have 25% and total is 100%. And cost of each capital is given to you. For a debt 4%, for a preference 8%, for equity 12%, and for retained earning 11%. Are we clear about the data? सोर्सेज दिए हैं, उसका अमाउंट दिया है, कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर में उसके कितने परसेंटेज है वो दिए हैं, एंड कॉस्ट दिया है. नाउ वी विल गो फॉर द सॉल्यूशन. लेट मी गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. ओके, मैं यहाँ पे एक स्लाइड क्रिएट कर देता हूँ, इसी में इसका हम कैलकुलेशन कर लेंगे. See this blank slide is visible to you. Okay, whenever the weighted average cost of capital is asked, you need to prepare a table. Okay, so I will insert the table, and this table having 4 different rows and columns like this. आपको ये दिख रहा है यहाँ पे? Okay, the simple table. First one we will write the sources. First column represent the sources. Number 2 represent the amount or a rupees. And number 3 represent the weight. Number 4 represent the cost. And इसके बाद हम एक और ऐड करेंगे, and that represent weighted cost. These 5 columns are required to prepare every time whenever we have a practical question of weighted average cost of capital. हाँ, ये दोनों मेथड में जहाँ पे भी weighted average cost of capital आएगा, we need to use this method only or this table only. This table is clear. 5 different columns, and approximately here we required 5 rows. Okay, now look at the sources. वापस से जाते हैं, कितने कितने sources हैं, सभी sources को as it is लिख देते हैं. Just we need to do the copy paste. Okay, debt, equity, preference and total. यहाँ पे जो लिखा है वैसा ही मैं वहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ. Same, copy to copy, no change. Again I will copy the amount also. So in rupees amount we will do the copy paste of amount like this. It is visible to everyone. Just I have written all the sources as it is that we have in a practical question, in information. That preference, equity, written earning and total. Then after I have written a amount. Up to this clear? मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया, just copy paste किया. Now look at the step number 1. Assign a weight. Assign a weight to specific cost. Now we need to calculate a weight, and for calculating the weight, simple formula is there. Okay, simple formula is there. I am writing the formula here. अगर आपको दिखाई दे तो weight is equal to amount of source upon total capital. Amount of source upon total capital. Now see, in case of debt, amount of debt is 12 upon total capital 60,000. Do the calculation. 12 upon 60. Zero point 0.2 like this. Yes. Okay. Do the same calculation for the preference fish. 15,000 upon 60,000. 0.25. 18,000 upon 60,000. 0.3. and 15 means 0.25. And I will guarantee you, if you do the sum total, of this column, it always 1. It always 1. Do the calculation and tell me. It's 1.00. Am I right? If this total is not 1, it means you have done some mistakes in calculations. Sometimes it may happen that it's nearby 0.99 or 1.01 because of this digit. Okay, here we have exact digit 0.20 or 0.25. In some of practical questions, the digit are not exact, like it 0.3333, 0.666. So in that case, it may be 0.999 or 1.01. Are we clear? But it must be nearby 1. If you get 0.17, then it is not the right one. Are we clear about this one? Everyone? Okay, step number 3. Step number 1 and column number 3 is clear. Now moving for the step number 2. How to assign a weight? Amount of capital upon total capital. Number 2. Multiply the cost with weight. Now look at to this question. Cost is given to you 4, 8, 12 and 11%. Write down the cost here. In a column of cost, 4% means 0.04, 8% means 0.08, 12% means 0.12 and 11% means 0.11. Here no need to do the sum totals. Okay. Now 0.04 into 0.20, multiplication of यहाँ पे नाम दे देता हूँ 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 is equal to 3 into 4. This one, see the last one, see the practical question again. Here it is given in terms of percentage. Here 4% means 0.04, 8% means 0.08, 12% means 0.12 and 11% means 0.11. Are we clear? Now do the final calculation. 0.20 into 0.04, 0.008, like this. Okay, wait. It's like this. Okay, moving ahead. 0.25 into 0.08. 0.02, like this. Okay, 0.30 into 12, 0.032, 36. Okay, 0.0275. Do the final calculation. Usko main later on explain. Up to this clear? Step number 2 is clear. Just the multiplication of column number 3 and column number 4. Now moving for the step number next and last step. Step number 3. Divide the total weightage by the total weight. So for that, we need to do the sum total of all the weighted cost. It means column number 5. Just do the sum total. 0.0. Wait. 0915, like this. And WACC is equal to, यहाँ पे मैं लिख देता हूँ उसका फॉर्मूला, weighted cost upon weights. So ultimately 0.0915 upon 1. Answer remains same, 0.019. 915. आ रहा है सबको ये आंसर? ओके, यस. Divide by 1 total of weight. Weight, my dear. It is weightage average. It's not only average. If it is only average, then we divide by 4. But it is weightage average and sum total of weight is 1. And it always 1. So the conclusion is here. If whether you write this formula or not, but if you get this answer is your final answer. Are we clear, everyone? About this one, 0.0915. Okay. Any doubt, any query? Okay, write down the formula. Kw is equal to sigma xw upon w. W stands for weight and x means specific source. Generally, we are preparing table. We are not using this formula. Okay, so don't worry about this formula. Mainly focus towards a table. Then KW means weightage average cost of capital, sigma means total, X means specific source of capital, maybe equity, maybe preference, maybe debenture, maybe loan, and W means weight. It means ultimately हमने ऊपर क्या किया है वही किया है column number 3 into column number 4 and upon W means column number 3 again. No worry about the formula. Now look at the second practical question. We have a Birla Company Limited capital structure. Okay, in capital structure we have equity, preference, and debenture. These three securities are there. Market value is 8 lakh, 3 lakh, and 4 lakh respectively, and book value is 12 lakh, 2 lakh, and 4 lakh respectively. And in the last column we have cost of capital, cost of equity capital 18%, cost of preference capital 15, and cost of debenture 14. Are we clear about the data? Based on the above information, calculate the weightage average cost of capital based on market value and based on book value. Whether it is market value or book value, it doesn't affect us. We need to do the same step. Okay. If we want to calculate the weightage average cost of capital based on the market value, we will use a market value. If we want answer based on book value, we will use book value. So are you ready for the second practical question? Shall we go for the solution? Shall we go for the solution? Okay. First of all, we have market value. So first we do the calculation based on the market value. Let me go for the next slide. See, already I have prepared the table. Okay. So we can save the time. Source of the capital, equity, preference, and debt. Okay. Market value already 8 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, total is 15 lakh. Now in the next stage, in the step number 1, yes sir. 1 minute guys. I will be back within 1 minute. Okay. Please do the further calculation. Calculate the weight. Okay. And calculate the weightage average. one announcement for all of you. Those are here coming for offline classes for all of you. Okay, those are online. That doesn't concern about this announcement, but those specifically international students, hostelized students, and all other students, your classes are shifted for 2 days, for Thursday and Friday, for 26th of August and 27th of August on 6th floor. Okay, classroom remains same. Here we have 405. So in the 6th floor we have 605. So new location for next 2 days. From it applicable from the next session itself. Okay, so your second sessions will be in 605. Are we clear? सबको क्लियर है? आपके 2 दिन के क्लासेस 27 एंड 27 को 6 फ्लोर पे रहेंगे 605 में, मंडे ऑनवर्ड्स जैसे हमारा रेगुलर था वैसे. ओके, नाउ वी गो फॉर द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ वेट. हाउ वी कैलकुलेट द वेट? टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ कैपिटल, each capital upon total capital. So 8 lakh for equity. So 8 lakh upon 15 lakh. 8 lakh upon 15 lakh. Sorry. 8 lakh upon 15 lakh. How many? 0.530. Okay. 5333 or only 3333. Okay. 3333 like this. Okay. 0.5 and 333. 3,000 upon, 3 lakh upon 15 lakh. 0. 0.2222. Okay. Whole lakh upon 15 lakh. Zero point 2666 like this. Okay, do the sum total. Definitely you will get 1.00. You are getting the same. 0.5333 plus 0.2000 plus 0.2666. The total is, it's 0.999, so it will become 1. Now look at to the last previous slide. Okay, the previous slide cost is given to you 18%, 15%, and 14%. So here 18% means 0.18. 15% means 0.15, and 14% means 0.14. Now do the multiplication. 3 into 4, 0.533 into 0.18. 95954. 0.5333 into 0.18. 9959. Okay. 0.2 into 0.15. 0.03. And 0.266 into 0.14. 0.0373. This is your weighted average cost of capital. How many? It's 0.1632. I'm right? Or in terms of percentage, if somebody asks in terms of percentage, so in 200, so your answer will be 16.32%. Are we clear about this one? If somebody asks in terms of percentage, you need to multiply with the 100, you will get the percentage. So if this type of practical questions will be asked in your final examinations, because in mid one we don't have a practical question of this portion, okay? So if this type of practical question will ask in a final examination, are you able to do? हो जाएगा सबसे? Column number 1, column number 2, column number 3 you need to find, column number 4 will be given to you, column number 5, 3 into 4. That's all. Okay, now see here. First we have calculated based on the market value. Now we will calculate based on the book value. Okay. Now it is your task, but for your understanding purpose, I have prepared this particular table. Okay, here answer is 16.78. The rest of things you need to calculate. How to find the weight? Already cost is given to you, and you need to find this weighted average cost of capital. So are you able to do this practical question? Everyone? Yes or no? Already I have uploaded the same PDF in your Google Classroom. Already we have discussed, so no need to discuss here. Okay. Now see here. If you are not willing to use a table, or you are not willing to prepare a table, or you are not willing to waste a time to prepare a table, you can do the calculations based on the formula. Okay, formula already we have written. So see the example. The required rate of return on equity capital is 15%, on cost of debt, and cost of debt is 10%. The firm has capital structure mix of 70% and 30% for equity and debt. Based on the above information, calculate the weighted average cost of capital. What you need to do? Okay, look at the formula. Previous formula. Okay, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ ये formula. Cost of capital is equal to KD, cost of debt, into WD means weight of debt. Cost of debt into weight of the debt plus KB plus into WEP plus KE into WE. And lastly KR into WR. W stands for weight, K stands for cost of capital. So we have cost of debt into weight of the debt. Let's understand this one with an practical question. जो एग्जाम्पल हम देख रहे थे. See, this formula is visible to you, everyone. Okay, cost of equity into percentage of equity, cost of debt into percentage of debt. If we have debenture, we will add plus cost of debenture into percentage of debenture. If we have retained earning, we will add cost of retained earning into percentage of retained earning. Now look at the number one. Cost of equity. Cost of equity. How many percentage? 15%. Cost of debt, how many? 10%. Okay. So first we write here cost of equity in a first bracket 10%. So 10 into percentage of equity. How many percentage? See, 70%. 70% means 0.7 और 0.70. आप कुछ भी लिखो उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. प्लस इन अ सेकंड कॉलम cost of debt. Cost of debt. See the second line. Cost of debt is how many percentage? 10%. into proportion of debt 0.30. You can use directly the percentage given to you, or else you can use like this 0.15 in case of equity and 0.10. Are you getting my point? आप इस तरह से कन्वर्ट करके भी लिख सकते हो, डायरेक्टली भी लिख सकते हो. वापस से देख लो, यहाँ पे 15% एंड 10% है, तो मैंने किस तरह से लिखा है, लाइक दिस. आप डायरेक्टली 15 भी लिख सकते हो, 10 भी लिख सकते हो, 0.15 और 0.10, दैट्स अप टू यू. Now 0.15 into 0.7, 0.15 into 0.7, it's 0.105 plus 0.10 into 0.3, it's 0.03. I'm right? Just 1 minute. Do the sum total and you will get the final answer. (0.135), or in terms of percentage, we can write 13.50 percentage. Are we clear about this calculation? Any doubt, any query? Okay. Now, last one. If the tax is not deducted from the cost of capital, if the tax is not deducted from cost of capital, just you need to add only one thing, that is 1 minus t here. 1 minus t. दिख रहा है आपको? मैंने हाईलाइट किया हो. Yes, ma'am, please. Yes. BBA 3 is... No, it's semester 3. Yes, semester 3 and C division. If the cost of debt, tax is not deducted, okay? So we need to add only one thing, 1 minus tax, before calculating the cost of debt. Are we clear? Just itna सा एक change है that you need to change when the tax is not deducted from the cost of debt. Let's understand this one with the last practical question. Okay, see, OM Limited has a capital structure 65% equity, 35% debt, and the required rate of return on equity 20%, on a debt is 15%, and corporate tax is 30%. So whenever the tax is given to you, you need to use this one formula. Okay, cost of equity into percentage of equity plus cost of debt, but in bracket 1 minus tax rate 1 minus t, because already we have calculated when we have calculated the cost of debt, because tax is not deducted from the debt capital. Why? Because the interest on debentures, interest on loan is considered as expense. It is not a part of profits. So we need to deduct 1 minus t. So look at to this solution. Cost of equity into percentage of equity. Cost of equity is 20%. Okay, into percentage 65%, it means 0.65 plus 15% is debt, but here 1 minus t is only added. That you need to change. Are you getting my point? If the tax is not given to you, okay, अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो इसका कैलकुलेशन हम कर लेते हैं. Don't worry, इसको मैं निकाल देता हूँ. Okay, now look at the formula. Cost of debt, sorry, cost of equity 0.20 into proportion 65%, it means 0.65 plus, sorry, plus cost of debt 0.15 in bracket 1 minus t, tax rate 0.30 into 0.35. Moving ahead, do the calculation 0.20 into 0.65. 0.20 into 0.65. 0.13. Now plus 1 minus 0.3. It means 0.7. So first 0.7 into 0.15. So you will get 0.105 into 0.35. And the final answer 0.13 plus 0.15 into 0.35, 0.0367 and plus 0.13. Your answer is 0.1667, or in terms of percentage 16.67%. Are we clear now? Okay, so quickly write down your enrollment numbers for attendance purpose. Okay, meanwhile, please, 1 minute. With this, our entire unit number 2 is over from my side. If you have any query, any questions, you can contact me anytime. Okay, in unit 2, we have sources of finance, cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital, capital structure, and last one, that is leverage. Okay, all these points we have covered. In the next class, okay, we will go for the discussion about unit number 3. Tomorrow I am on leave, so other faculties will tackle your class. Okay, so FN session will be not there by tomorrow. And before leaving, happy Janmashtami to all of you and enjoy the vacation. Yes, my dear.